Hi guys, welcome. I need this lockdown to be over. I've got to get a haircut. This is getting out of hand, isn't it? Absolutely. This is terrible. I've not looked this bad since I was a teenager. I'm not worried about the nails, though. That's another person's problem. Right, I hope you're all well today. Today I'd like to talk about something really important for you as teachers, and that's your price. It really doesn't matter who we talk to. Whenever we pitch a price, a lot of people are going to object. So we don't just cave in and give way to their demands, drop our price 50%, 30%, whatever. No. They are often going to say you're too expensive. They're going to want you to drop the price simply because they want to save money. Really, they're thinking about their finances perhaps rather than the quality that you can offer and the difference you can make in the lives of the children you're teaching. So, bearing that in mind, I've got my notes here. Every good teacher has his or her notes. I'm going to be referring to them, so if you see me look down, well, it's just because I'm looking at my notes. Now, I've got the 10 most common ways of dealing with parents who say, well, it's too expensive, can you lower the price? Okay, so we'll have a look at those today. Right, so the following are responses to price objections that allow you to acknowledge your parents' concerns without immediately slashing your price. So when the parent says, oh yes, that's fine, but it's too expensive, you can say, too expensive compared to what? It's very important. Too expensive compared to what? You're asking them to compare your price per hour to perhaps something else they buy per hour. Your price might be equal to 5-10 cups of coffee at Starbucks. How much is their child's education worth? Is their child's education not worth 10 cups of coffee at Starbucks? So number one, if they say it's too expensive, you say too expensive compared to what? You're being polite, but you are resisting their desire to try and push down your price. Number two, the parents say, well, it sounds good, but it's too expensive. You can say, really? How are you coming to the conclusion that it's too expensive? So you're asking the parent to justify, think about the reason. How do you know it's too expensive? What's your reasoning behind this view that my service is too expensive? And you're forcing the parents to break down their reasoning, which is very important. And once you better understand their specific reason for their objections, then you can more easily handle it. The third one you can say is, are there some boxes I've left unchecked for you? Now remember, when you're pitching your service, you're not just saying, hi, I'm a teacher, I can teach your child, give me the money. No, you've pitched this all as part of a complete service. You've pitched it as part of the materials you use, the extra work you're going to do, the homework you're going to be preparing, the reports you're going to be writing. This is all part of a complete package. So you mustn't let the parents think that they're only paying for your on-screen time. You're not, okay? So when you say, are there any boxes I've left unchecked, you're giving them an opportunity to say, well, will you be giving me feedback? Will you be staying in contact with me? To which, of course, you say yes. You've said, yes, I will be staying in contact with you. So you've taken away, really, another objection they have to your price. One of my favourite ones is when they say, oh, it's too expensive. I would often say, yeah, I hear you, I understand. But the best products usually are more expensive. And just be quiet. When your parent goes and buys a thing, an object, something at the department store, they will very rarely buy the cheapest. They're quite happy to pay above average, so they should pay well above average for your service as well. I often add to this If you want a much cheaper teacher, I can try and find one for you. But quite honestly, you get what you pay for. Okay? So yeah, the best products, that's us, the best teachers, are often more expensive. Another great one to use, especially if the children are going to pass an exam or they're getting ready to go to university or something, is you tell the parents, how much is it going to cost you to do nothing? If you don't hire me, if you don't take on a private tutor for your son or daughter, what are the consequences of that? Do they fail the exam? Do they not go to university? Of course, this isn't something you say, but this is something that's going to force the parents to think, yes, if I don't take on a good private tutor now for my son or daughter, what's going to be the consequence of that? No university place? A university that's less prestigious? They really don't want that. Okay. What else have we got? You might ask, is cash flow a problem? Is this a budget issue? No parent likes to admit they don't have the money to invest in their child's education. Okay. Is this a cash flow issue, or is this a budget issue, a budget problem? Again, you're giving them an opportunity to say, yes, it's a problem with money, or oh, no, it's not a problem with money. If they reply, oh, no, it's not a problem with money, you don't lower your prices, you stick to your price. Next, they've objected to the price, they've said you're too expensive. You reply, well, let's say money was no object. Would my service help you solve your problem? If money was no object, and the fact that this parent has contacted you, the answer to that really is yes. Your service is going to help their child solve a problem. How much do they want to pay to get that problem solved? Again, you're forcing them back to think about what they want, to think about the value of their child's education, and to think about the basis, the worth of hiring good quality teachers, and good quality teachers cost more money. Everything good quality costs more money. I once had a parent come to me and she said, oh, I want top quality at cheap price. And I said, I'm sorry, but that's just not possible. You're not going to get the top quality at the cheapest price. You need to choose cheap price, cheap quality, excellent quality, higher price. The next one you can reply is, what's too expensive? And again, be quiet, don't say anything. What's too expensive? Allow the parent to come up with an idea or the justification for why they think something about your service is too expensive. And 9 times out of 10, they can't think of one. Number 9, you could say, too expensive, or that's very concerning. And let them think about the concern. It's worrying that you think my service is too expensive. It's worrying that you think you can't afford to invest money in your child's future. It's worrying that you feel that you don't have the money to guarantee your child a place at university or help your child get through that exam. Finally, they say, yes, I'm afraid your service is too expensive. And you can then say, okay, so what part of my service don't you want? Do you not want the smart targets? Do you not want the reports? Do you not want the homework marked? Do you not want the constant customer feedback? If we take away those parts, yes, I can probably reduce my price a bit, because quite honestly, the smart targets, the report writing, the communication, the homework, that all takes up your time. So if they want you to reduce your price, you must ask them to reduce their expectations of you. Okay? Do not lower your price. Don't do it. Another thing I heard was that some tutors will say, well, if I lower my price, I'll get more students. Yes, that's true. You'll get more students, but you'll get more students who will pay you the lower price. Do you want to fill your timetable with lower price students who keep you in financial difficulties? Or do you want to say no to half a dozen students, get one student who's prepared to pay what you want, because when they pay what you want and they're good with your service, which of course they're going to be, they're going to recommend you to their friends who are going to pay the same as them. It might take you a little longer to get started on your independent road to tutor independence, but in the long run, it is definitely worth it. Okay, I hope this has been useful. Thanks for now. Take care. Bye bye.